Hello everybody, welcome back to my kitchen. Lunar New Year is coming and this year is gonna be on February 16th. Today I'm gonna show you how to make one of the Vietnamese traditional dish that we make around this time of year. And this is Vietnamese braised pork with eggs and bamboo shoot. Usually we use duck's egg, but today I'm gonna use chicken eggs, and you can use either dry bamboo or fresh bamboo. And it's really good to eat with rice. So let's get to it. So when you go to the supermarket to choose the pork, you should get some that still have a little bit of fat and skin on it. You can also use pork bellies, but that's a little bit more fat. And the reason why we need the fat and the skin is it's gonna make the the flavors better, and also gonna keep the pork from being too dry inside the braised pork. So I'll cut the meat into several chunks and put them in the mixing bowl. It piece should be about this big. It's like 1 inch by 2 inch. If it's too big, it's gonna take longer to cook.
Is this a traditional Lunar New Year's dish?
Yeah, it's a traditional Lunar New Year dish. Usually we make it in advance, maybe like a day or two before New Year Eve. And we make a lot of it so you can eat it like over the entire, holidays. So I have my meat here, and I'm gonna pour some fish sauce in it. And then I'll add some garlic. This is shallot. The 1 bird eye chili, salt and pepper, and finally some molasses. And then you can use a spatula or just your hand to mix them all together.
So do you remember your mother and your grandmother going and buying all this pork for the...
Yeah, you can usually get them at the market, a supermarket. It's a little bit harder to get them in America, like this kind of cut. Even the pork belly, lots of time they remove the skin, and we want to keep the skin.
But did you buy like just a big slab of pork, or did you buy it and you had to cut it all up, or did you be able to buy these small pork?
It depends on the butcher that you go to. Yeah, so they may have a big slab and then they cut you a piece, or they may have like several small pieces and you just choose them.
Did you ever help make this stuff, or did you cook
No.
it?
Well, some parts of it, but not like the marinating part and stuff. Like sometimes I do the eggs, like peel the eggs and stuff. And after you mix everything together, you're gonna let it marinate for at least 30 minutes to an hour. So I'm boiling 12 eggs. These are chicken eggs. Usually we use duck eggs in Vietnam, but honestly it's not a huge difference, and duck eggs are harder to find here. Some people also use quail eggs. And then if you use quail eggs, because they're so small, you're gonna need to cook more of them. Okay, so funny fact. Duck eggs are white and chicken eggs are brown in Vietnam, so we don't really have white chicken eggs. So when I first came to America, I could not find brown egg. It was actually not as popular as it is now. It's easier to find brown eggs now. But when I went to the store, I only saw white eggs. I was like, why do people only use duck's egg? It didn't make sense. And the yolk inside, actually the duck eggs yolk is a little bit more orange than the chicken one. The chicken was more yellow. So when I bought the white eggs, like when I got it home and I opened it, it clearly say chicken eggs on top. So I was really confused. And then the yolk was yellow and not orange. So I was super confused. So I had to Google it. And I was like, oh, okay. So I never had white chicken eggs until I came to America. And for the longest time, I avoided white chicken eggs until I had enough of it that I realized that they don't taste that different from brown eggs. And now I do use them. My eggs are done, so I'm gonna get them out now. And then I'm gonna pour cold water in the bowl so that they will cool my eggs down. It's gonna be easier for me to peel later. Next, I'm gonna cut up some fresh bamboo shoots. It's optional, and you can also use the dried one. Some family don't eat it. Mine does. We love bamboo shoot, so my grandmother and mother always make it during Lunar New Year. If you get the dry kind, you're probably gonna have to soak it in like warm water a little bit for it to expand before cooking them. So in a frying pan, I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil. Heat that up. Then I'll add the bamboo shoots. And I'm gonna stir fry the bamboo shoot and then add this later to my braised pork. So it tastes a little bit better if you stir fry first, but I also just dump it in the braised pork before and it tastes fine too. And when they are lightly brown, I'm gonna take them out. So in a big Dutch oven or just a big pot, I'm gonna put about a tablespoon of olive oil in it and heat it up. Mix it up one more time before I cook it. Then I'll put them in my Dutch oven. So I'm gonna brown the half of it first before I put the other half in, because when I have a lot of them in here, it's really hard to stir everything. In Vietnam, like grocery shopping, you can go to the market and the supermarket. My grandmother probably prefers to go to the market more, and it's only like a 5-minute walk. And she used to go daily, so she would have her like plastic market basket and I bring it every morning. So it's like a social, event almost. And nowadays though, people do go to the grocery store too. So if you want to know the price of everything in advance and you don't want to hackle, and then the grocery stores are better. And the market, like sometimes you get fresher stuff, but you have to like know the people there, be willing to hackle the price. So when most of the outsides of the meats are cooked lightly, I'm gonna add coconut water. And you have to get coconut water, not coconut milk. It's supposed to be clear. If you can get fresh coconut, you can do that too. So I add everything in here. And then I'm gonna bring it to a simmer. So it's boiling now, and I'm gonna use the spoon to to skim the foamy part of it. You don't have to get everything, but get most of it. So if you need to add more water, if you don't have enough coconut water, you can just add more water to make sure that it mostly covers your pork. And then I'm gonna turn the temperature down so that it will continue to simmer. And you just stir it once in a while so that the pork on top, you just rotate the pork so that they can cook evenly. So while I'm waiting for the pork to cook, make sure that my pork continues to simmer. I'm gonna peel the eggs. Best way to do it is just to so break the shells in the water bowl before you start peeling it, and then the peel will come off pretty easily. So I'm gonna half cover my pot and just let it cook. Make sure that the water is always simmering. So my meat's been cooking for about an hour and a half, and I'm gonna check it now. And you can use a fork or a chopstick to poke into the meaty part to see if it's soft. And this is pretty soft already. I want it to have a little bit more water before I add the eggs. So I'm gonna have some more water to it. And let that heat up a little. So it started boiling again, so I'm gonna add the eggs now. So If you use bamboo shoots, now would be a good time to add them too. So I'll go over and let's go for 20 more minutes. So make sure that you taste it and see if you like the taste. You can add more seasoning in if you think it needs more. Mine tastes good. I don't really have to add anything more into it. So now first I'm gonna cut the eggs in half. Okay, and this is for me. Okay, and then you can pick whichever one you want.
Good.
Pork should be pretty easy. They should fall apart pretty easily.